Hey everyone, it's Rhea. Welcome back to my channel. As someone who is just finishing up year 12, I have so much advice to give that is going to save you literally a whole year's worth of stress, depression, anxiety and shit that you don't need to be dealing with. So grab your pen, grab your notepad, grab your paper and take some notes because class is in session. This is your year 12 survival guide kit. I just wanted to give a very quick rundown of my personal experience with year 12. I feel like it sets context and a little bit of backstory to the video so you can understand my experience. So I went to my high school sixth form, meaning that my physical transition from high school to college was not that big of a jump because obviously I was already familiar with the place and the teachers and I was going in with the same friends. But what I didn't expect was how different the environment would be because it's literally like less than a meter stick away from my high school. Completely different environment. The teachers were nicer. Environment was not one that made me want to throw up with anxiety. So even if you're going to your high school sixth form, just know that it is going to be a completely different experience. I have always been someone who is incredibly academically driven, even though I'm not the best at some subjects. So I was kind of baffled by the first half term of year 12. Everyone had told me that sixth form and A-levels was so much work and I was fully prepared to go straight into crazy work like you've never worked before in your life mode. And the first half term, nothing happened. We did nothing. There was no work set. I struggled a lot with my mental health and burnout throughout this school year, which is something I'm definitely going to address later on in this video because I do think it's really important to prioritize yourself and your mind and your mental health. And I would say that after the Christmas term is when it really started to kind of pick up with the workload. And the summer term, although you don't have as many mocks and exams and assessments anymore, you're traveling the country up and down looking at unis, which is what I was doing. So I've been getting up at like 4 a.m. most mornings. I'm incredibly sleep deprived now. So year 12 is a very rough year physically and mentally. It can drain you. And that isn't to scare you off, but it is just to tell you the truth because by the end of year 12, everybody, and I mean everybody, is feeling the stress, they're feeling the pressure. So it's just something to prepare for, but you don't need to worry about it. You are eased into year 12. So chapter 1, studying, workload and revision. For context, my A-levels are in English literature, history and textiles. So I'm very much a humanities and arts girl. I was expecting to go into year 12 and immediately be hit with so much work, like I said before, because that's what everyone had told me was going to happen, but they really do ease you in. However, when the workload starts to ramp up, it does not stop. So this is everything you need to know to be prepared for that and to just study and revise effectively. Number 1 is to make revision resources after each lesson, especially in the first term when you literally have nothing going on. Make sure that you are making those flashcards, making those revision notes because they are going to come in clutch later on in the year and in year 13. It just means that when mocks and assessments start to come up, you already have the resources you need to be able to get the information to pass your test with a good grade. And when you're making your revision resources, whether this is flashcards or notebooks, make sure that you're using a range of sources. Don't just use one singular textbook because they can be very they can be very condensed and sometimes they don't have enough info. Sometimes they have different info to what you're being taught in class. So just make sure you have a range of information that you can put in your flashcards to be able to make your essays more interesting and more eclectic as a whole. I like to use a mixture of class notes, reading, textbooks and podcasts as well and YouTube videos. Just kind of mix and match, pick and mix. Number 2 is to read the lesson content before you go into the lesson. When you read the topic before the lesson, it literally just becomes a revision session for you, so you're consolidating the information instead of passively learning it for the first time, just brand new. And number 3 is to passively revise. Sounds a little counterintuitive, but let me explain here. This is really a little gold mine because if you think about it, you can learn the entire lyrics to a song without actively having to sit there and memorize it just because you listen to it so much, and the exact same thing can be done with your revision. So listen to podcasts, listen to audiobooks, record yourself reading out your revision notes and just listen to it so you can passively learn and you can start to memorize without even needing to be sat down focusing. Number 4 is to make essay plans, and this has come in clutch for me when it comes to history in particular. Just search up your exam board, search up their mark scheme, look on TikTok for advice for your specific exam board and the subject that you're doing. And I love to have a big A3 sheet of paper just covered with information that I can use for my essay plans and memorize them on a whiteboard. It's key, invest in a whiteboard and do your essay plans because that is genuinely what is going to get you the marks. And just start doing these as early as possible because it seems really weird saying, oh, like start doing essay plans at the start of year 12, but genuinely the earlier you start, the better. And just get your teachers to like check them to make sure that they're good, you know? Use ChatGPT, that can help as well, but don't use facts from ChatGPT because Might be wrong. Number 5 is to plan your weeks in advance and time block your days. This one is pretty straightforward, but what I like to do is make a big list on my Notion page of all the things that I need to do for each of my subjects, and I can just like allocate 3 to a day, so I'm spreading my subjects equally and just making sure that I do the work. And number 6 is to romanticize the process of studying. Use fictional characters like Rory Gilmore, Paris Hilton. There are real people that you can take inspiration from, like Emma Thompson and Emma Watson or Natalie Portman. Go to different locations to study, go to your local library, go to a cute little cafe. Romanticize the process of becoming an academic weapon, because genuinely those inspirational things are going to get you through. And create a playlist that is specifically for studying. I love classical music. I genuinely think it helps me lock in so much more. Okay, chapter 2 is UCAS, uni, and I have no clue what to do. We've all been there. Or you will be there anyway. First of all, it is perfectly okay to have no idea what you want to do. And I say that smiling because it genuinely is. Like, I want you to feel comforted here. It is okay. I am just coming to the end of year 12 and have only just discovered what I might want to do in my future, okay? It is unrealistic to be 16 or 17 trying to decide what you want to do with your life. Just realize that and let yourself breathe a little bit, because it will save you so much worry. So my first piece of advice is to go to university open days, even if you don't think you want to go to uni. And my reasoning for this is because I initially didn't think I wanted to go to uni, and then I decided that actually after going to so many uni open days, I realized the value of it and that I actually do want a degree, and I think it can be really useful to be able to go to uni open days to either confirm the fact that you don't want to go to uni or open up the possibility that actually maybe you do. Number 2 is to do things throughout year 12 that you can put on your personal statement. Your personal statement is the only thing that gets sent to a university that is solely about you and how good of a student you are, so make it something that is impressing. For me, I did a TFL course this year. I volunteered at my local library. I'm going to do extra reading. I'm entering an essay competition. You don't have to do loads, and have extra hobbies as well. It doesn't just have to be academic, but just make sure you have things to put on your personal statement that are going to look good to the uni you're applying to. And my last piece of advice for this section of the video is don't spend every minute of every day worrying about the fact that you don't know what you want to do next. Save yourself the stress, okay? I had to tell myself at points, I was just like, it's gonna work out. I have no idea how, but you know what? I can't stress over this anymore, because genuinely there is nothing more I can do. Like, I'm handing it to a fucking higher power, because I've done my bit. I'm doing my bit, okay? Present me is doing all she can. Future me will figure it out. Because you will, but you can't, like, it's so weird because it's like, present me is doing what she needs to do, and future me will decide based off the experiences and the knowledge and the information and how I feel at the time. It is going to work out, but you can't worry about everything that's happening and will happen in your life. It'll burn you out. It'll depress you. Just don't do it, okay? Hand it to your future self. She will deal with it. And you might be like, oh no, but it means I'm gonna have to deal with it in the future. Yes, that's the point. That's the point, because she will know what to do at the right time. And until then, just stop worrying about it as much, okay? And chapter 3 of the video is mental health. I've definitely learned the hard way this year how important your mental health is. You have got to be at the top of your priorities. Yes, you're doing A-levels. Yes, you might want to apply to a really good university. But if you don't have a solid foundation with yourself, and if your mind isn't good, then you aren't good. And you have to be at the top of your list at all times. It is so important to look after yourself in year 12 and in year 13. You are 17 years old. You probably have a part-time job. You're doing A-levels. You've got coursework to do. It becomes a lot. Be kind to yourself. It really annoys me when older generations and older people say, oh, like, you have nothing to worry about, because actually I kind of do. I have a lot more on my plate than you did, because we have the news telling us that the world is about to implode at any minute. You have a part-time job that your work keeps pushing you for more hours for. You've got coursework for your A-levels and other coursework bits that you might be doing. You're doing 3 A-level subjects anyway with individual pieces of coursework in it. And you're just trying to have a social life and be 17. And you're trying to decide your future. It's a lot. And it's okay to accept that actually you are doing a lot. And it's okay to need a break and to need to be kind to yourself. So I just want to stress that, because a lot of people say that younger people have it so easy. And I could not agree less if I tried. So this is my advice for protecting your mental health this year, because burning out is a lot worse than just taking a couple days of rest. Trust me. Tip number 1 is to not do loads of extra hours at your part-time job. Not only does it mean that you don't have the time to revise, because this really affected my grades in the Easter term, also you are going to get so burnt out if every single minute of every single day of every single week you are constantly doing something. Like, you have to have time for yourself, and your part-time job is your part-time job. It's not your priority. It's not the main thing that's going on in your life. It's not the top of your list. So don't try and make it the top of your list or people please your bosses. Like, say no, because you're probably not even contracted, and it's unfair of people to try and pressure you to do more hours. So just make sure you have firm boundaries with that. That's something that I've only just started doing at the end of this year, and genuinely, if I had done it earlier, I would have been a lot happier throughout the year. Number 2 is to do things that make you happy. This could be going out with friends, trying new hobbies, but this is again something that I've only learned towards the end of this year, which is spend your free time doing things physical and grounding yourself in nature and new hobbies, trying new things. Just do things that bring you joy, because that is genuinely going to make you so much happier throughout the year. Number 3 is to take breaks. Again, you have a lot on your plate. I've said it enough. I'll get bored if I say it again. Just take breaks. Rest is productive. It's okay to take a break. Don't feel guilty for it, because I am so guilty of feeling guilty for that. It's okay to take a break, and you deserve a break. Number 4, if you are struggling, please speak to someone. Speaking out your problems out loud can actually make them, I don't know, less big, because when they're just in your head and they're internalized, they're stuck there and they're trapped and they're rattling around and it's all you can think about. When you speak it out, it's kind of like you're freeing it. So it's not even about telling someone to make sure that you're safe or that you're going to be okay. It's just so that you can get it off your chest, okay? And number 5 is to prioritize your sleep. Bit of a weird one, but not having enough sleep is genuinely horrible, okay? Right now, I am so sleep deprived, and I have still had to work today because I have a lot going on. Like, I've been doing a lot today, but make sure you're getting your 8 hours, because it's so important. You are still developing. Like, your brain isn't even fully developed yet. Make sure that you are getting the beauty sleep that you need to be able to function and work well and have a healthy mindset. And they are all of my best tips for year 12. If you want another video or something like this, leave it in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. I love you. I believe in you. You are going to smash year 12. Just remember to be kind to yourself, because genuinely that is my best advice I can give to anyone. Be kind to yourself. It makes you a kinder person. It gives you a better life. Just be kind to yourself, give yourself patience, give yourself grace. And I will see you in my next video. I love you. I believe in you. I am so grateful you're here. Bye, guys. And if you want to follow any of my other socials, they're on the screen right now. I opened an Instagram the other day, so if you want to follow that, please follow it. Not posted anything yet, but hopefully I will soon. And then this is my TikTok. We are so close to 2,000 followers. Sorry, what? Yeah. If you want to follow me, please go ahead and follow me. And if you don't, then I hope you like this video, and I hope that year 12 is okay for you. Bye, guys.